From the kitchen of the cabin, it's the 5 games for Doomsday review. Viticulture. Oh, comfort, oh, how I crave thee. From every corpuscle and nerve fibre, I see those who possess you and I envy them. Excitement is a charlatan, a gaudy impostor. Power is the desiccation of the soul, but comfort? How fleeting, how elusive, how intoxicating in its lack of intoxication. But I will never hold on to comfort for any length of time. I was born with a stomach full of insects. I jitter, I fidget, I tap my feet and fingers. I can't keep still. This is because I can't extricate myself from the simple fact that my time is limited and every empty second spent is a second that pulls me further away from contentment and happiness, and that drags me away from comfort and into anxiety and paralysis and countless empty seconds, which just makes the spiral tighter and my journey down it faster. This is why I'm always on the search for calm, for something to quieten the constant hum inside my skull, a narcotic that can quieten down those insects in my belly, slow their wings and stop their ever nibbling at my stomach lining with their sharp little mandibles. Films can do this. Sex can, late night chats in the balm of a summer evening, and sometimes games can instill a sense of calm that can last until I place my head on my sweat-stained pillows. One such game is Viticulture from Stonemaier. This wonderfully rendered wine-producing game that places players in the Medici's pastoral backyard at the turn of the last century. Players assume the role of nascent winemakers, planting vines, harvesting them, and turning fruit into booze. They also welcome visitors and improve their facilities, so those taking a tour of the vineyard don't get their heads scorched by the Tuscan sun. Viticulture is a worker placement game, and in that it's pretty unremarkable. Workers are assigned tasks which enable the players to plant or harvest or crush. Viticulture has all the usual trappings of a worker placement game. Limited space and the tension that creates, the knotty obstacle of reformulating a plan at the last second when you realise someone has usurped you. While the worker placement isn't remarkable, it's beautifully and rigorously put together. There is no bloat in this game, there are no wasted turns, and you never quite feel you can do everything you want, which leaves you thirsting to try again. There is wonderful interaction with the player board in this game. When to harvest and crush your grapes, when to turn them into wine, how long to age your wines to fulfill orders and be rewarded with money and points. We all know that rosé isn't just mixing red and white wine together, and that certainly isn't the way fizzy wine is manufactured. But the puzzle of what to grow, when to harvest it, and what happens if someone steals your space at an inopportune moment, all of this is delightfully challenging and produces electric bursts of flow. Then, there is the aspect of the game that is harder to pin down. This is the feel of the game, a nebulous thing that can be affected by what you had for dinner or the last time you had sex. Feel is scaffolding built with balsa wood, and as a result is very fragile, but Viticulture's feel is incredibly robust. It comes through in the heavenly bucolic art, the joyous tactility of the wooden pieces, and the way the mechanics gently clink together like beautifully blown wine glasses. This is a game that always quietens those insects within me and radiates warming calm out to my extremities. This game's gentleness is not a denigration. While playing the game, neurons fire and in turn encourage other neurons to join in. But the game is never stressful, never emotionally taxing, never negative. Playing Viticulture is invigorating, like a hike through the rolling undulations of the Tuscan countryside, and it is calming, like a mountain cafe. I'm congenitally fearful, so anything that can still the pounding of my heart, even for a while, is very precious to me. Viticulture does this, and it leaves me feeling warm and calm and distinctly uninfested. And for that, I thank it. If you've enjoyed this review, please tell other people. Please write a review on iTunes, or tell your friends, or talk about it on Twitter. And if you really value this, I would ask you to support me on Patreon. That's patreon.com/5G4D. Thank you very much for listening.